I hope you got some breath mints handy, because this video is all about how to use Benjamin Moore's Wind's Breath in your home without passing out, I guess. This is a paint color that many of you have requested me to look over, and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to give you all the need-to-know information about it, as well as some other wall colors and 2 trim colors that work well with it in conjunction. And all of this means you're getting some free paint color advice from me, and the only small request I make is a little press of that like button to show your support of the 6 videos a week I'm doing full-time on this channel, and honestly having a lot of fun doing it. So Wind's Breath is a beautiful and versatile paint color from Benjamin Moore. It is sort of categorized as a muted, warm, soft gray, making it perfect for creating a very calming and soothing atmosphere in virtually any room that you put it in. One of the great things about Wind's Breath is that it can be used in a variety of design styles. It works well in both traditional and modern spaces, and its subtle coloration makes it very easy to pair with a wide range of other colors and patterns. In a more traditional space, Wind's Breath can be used as the perfect neutral backdrop for those more colorful and dynamic accents, and then when you use it in a more contemporary room or space, it can be paired with very crisp, beautiful whites, cool blues, for a very clean and contemporary look. And spoiler alert, I may have a few of those for you at the end of this video, so just stick around for that. So if you're curious about how light or dark this color is, which is an important factor when you're considering paint colors, all you need to do is find out its light reflectance value, which is on display right here on benjaminmoore.com. We can see that it has a 69.59 LRV, and all that means is from 0 to 100, this paint color reflects roughly 69% of the light that hits it. And this means it's kind of a light color. And it's also just colorful enough in my mind where it won't feel like a true off-white. Now, normally I say that colors that are around a 60 LRV are in a really solid sweet spot when used on the walls. But I also kind of find that colors that are in that 70 LRV range, like Wind's Breath, are kind of in a second sweet spot. So the fact that it's kind of light gives it some practical versatility. It's a light and airy hue that can help make a small space feel a bit more just airy, I guess, a little more open because more light's being reflected, but it's also a great choice for those low light rooms as it does reflect light decently well. It's also going to be kind of easy to clean, making it a smart choice for high traffic areas or homes with, children and pets and other mucky fingers messing about. It just sits in that little spot where it's not a bright stark white that you're going to be really having a hard time keeping clean. It has a bit of gray added in to help hide those imperfections and smudges without feeling overly dark. The color is really a great choice for anyone looking to add a touch of calm and sophistication to their home. It's total main color worthy, which means if you wanted to stick with one color for an entire home, looking at you landlords, then this could be a good choice. But also looking at you landlords, I do suggest that you add some other colors to your palette. And not to worry, whether you're a landlord or not, I've done that for you. Starting with Sleigh Bells, which is very seasonal, but I love it because it's a crisp silvery gray that has a touch of green and blue mixed in. And this is one of those colors that is in that 60 LRV range we talked about, which will feel a little more substantial next to Wind's Breath, especially with the more visible color coming through in blue, but I like it. And that's because it manages to be a bit of a subtle accent color, which can give you a fresh, different feeling in another room without going too far into another direction. Both of these colors are pretty soft and understated, objectively speaking, but they can accomplish different things and give you different vibes. And that's nice.
It's nice.
A variety of vibes. We love it. Nimbus is almost a deepening of Wind's Breath in a way. It's also a fairly light color with an LRV just under 60 at around 59.4, but Nimbus feels a little closer to a light taupe, where you almost see gray and beige, but then you also have that brown mixed in as well. It definitely feels like there's a little more yellow in Wind's Breath, and it also has that overall lightness going for it. So Nimbus could be a good choice in an adjacent room or a room that's across the hall, let's say, that still needs to feel neutral, but maybe needs an added bit of earthiness. And it's funny that I use earthiness with Nimbus because I'm talking about something that's grounded, but it's named after a cloud. But it's true. Kind of the opposite, but we're going with it. The third color is quite a bit cooler. It's quite a color too. And I see a lot of you in the comments complaining about neutrals and grays, and I have given you a couple. But how about Symphony Blue? Whew. Now this one is more than navy. I love Benjamin Moore's way of describing it. They say it has a majestic presence, and it is really, really lovely. What's interesting is this blue has a really low LRV of 6, but I don't think I would necessarily confuse it with being black or even charcoal gray or off black. It's so saturated with blue, but it's just taken to a very deep and dark level. So it'll absolutely stand out against those otherwise understated colors we talked about already. If you're a little unsure of what I'm talking about, let's put this color right next to the insanely popular navy blue, Hail Navy by Benjamin Moore. And looking at these two colors, one looks like coal and the other looks real cool. So yes, this blue will be a huge feature if you decide to use it. And I would dare you to maybe use it in a whole room, like an accent room, a dining room, a powder room, something like that. In terms of trim colors, I have 2 for you, and both fit the wind, cloud, kind of sky theme we're going for. Cloud 9 is the light color choice that I would recommend for more people than not, I would say. And that's because it's very clean, very soft, with an LRV of 84. It also has the slightest hint of coolness, maybe a dash of gray-green. Not much, but just enough to differentiate it a little bit from the stark whites out there. But it is really nice against these colors. The only one I could see it working against maybe would be Nimbus, which is funny because they're both named after clouds. I only say that because Cloud 9 has that little bit of subtle green, and Nimbus has a complementary red undertone that could be prominent under certain conditions, but that could also mean that it'll just help each other pop and stand out more, so that could work as well. The dark trim is Stormy Sky, which is a bit of a cool slate gray, definitely keeping the sky theme going, of course. And even though this color is rooted in gray, you're more likely to see that cooler undertone coming through in person, which a good portion of these colors have as well, so it all kind of works. You could also use Stormy Sky as another accent color in this palette. You're not just limited to trim, or you can even use it on the doors and then have off-white frames and baseboards surrounding them. So here's the palette all together. Let me know what you think, and here's another one that I think you'll really enjoy. And subscribe if you're new, because we make 6 of these videos every single week for your enjoyment. So why not stick around?